Yes, welcome back to Wu Chang. You guys might be hearing a sort of slight weirdness, and I think I'll have to fix that too. That's actually the audio ducking that's happening in the background. I've made it so that the audio goes down when I speak. Well, the problem is, it's not going down very naturally. Okay, there we go. Maybe that will feel a lot more natural now. Assuming it goes down. No, it's actually not going down at all. You know what? Never mind. It's not a beach. Like, we're standing on a cliff. I think my mic is speaking. Oh my god, there. That's the sound of my PC going kind of berserk in the background. You know what? One more adjustment before we begin. You can never tell what's going to happen with this PC, you know? There we go. And now we can start. Yeah, continuing from where we left off, I do believe we are at Doomwillow Beach. Not exactly too difficult an area, just a very linear one, all things considered. And yeah, the game has been patched too. And I've seen a lot of complaints about this. The main complaint that a lot of people had at the time before the patch was that you could not heal quickly during battle, right? The healing time for your gourd or your Estus flask is like really long. So that was a common complaint. The other thing was when you are knocked down by an enemy, the way the mechanics of this game works is that if you try to get up in time, you will get hit by a boss's follow-up attack, right? That's how it's set up. Instead, what you have to do, you do not get invincible frames, right? So instead, what you have to do is to time a dodge on getting up. And I don't think a lot of players realize this, so that was a common complaint too, which they have addressed here. So apparently healing is a lot faster, and they've adjusted the AI, among other things. There is a bit of a hubbub over on the Japanese side, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening there, so you guys will have to let me know. One thing I'm gonna do is, do I want to continue? You know what? I'm gonna go back and continue Neon's quest, right? See what happens. Because there was another option where I didn't say anything that might have made him mad. Or in my first playthrough, I sequence break a lot by going to an area I wasn't supposed to, and that sort of messed up a lot of NPC quest lines.
Oh, ma'am. I'm relieved to see you unharmed. Did you manage to find anything?
This thing looks peculiar.
I wonder if it could really save my brother's life. This soft rush is all that I have that's worth offering. It's yours if you'll have it. I must return to Reverend Temple to save my brother. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me.
Yep, and now we will jump to Reverend Temple. Talk to him there to find out that he pretty much just force-fed his brother that chunk of blood. There's something else here. Prince Su's forces clashed head-on with Marquis Yang's troops. The battle ended in a crushing defeat. Yet in retreat, they tormented the people, burning and torturing wantonly in their search for food. The foodless burned alive, those with grain spared. Their cruelty knows no bounds. Okay, Prince Su. Who is Prince Su? I'll have to check who this is. My knowledge of this era is not as robust as I want it to be. Like, are they referring to one of the rebel leaders, or Li Chang's an emperor?
Now that you...
Okay, he doesn't have anything new to say. And they have Neon, who's given it to his brother.
Huh? Ma'am! Oh, it's a pleasure to see you again. Thanks to that thing you found, my brother is all better. I must say, the Taoists here are truly generous. They took care of my brother, and even gave me herbs to enhance my strength. I'm considering heading to Cloudspire. I've heard the people there suffer under rebel rule, and I want to help. Until we meet again. Perhaps by then, I'll be a top warrior, and we can sit down for a real drink. Until we meet again.
And we won't meet Neon until we get to Cloudspire. And that's the part I think I missed. Because instead of doing Cloudspire at the time, I basically did the Avian Forest, which sort of broke a lot of quest chains. One other thing we're going to do is, since we have been adjusting stuff as we go along, for this area, I'm going to try some dual blades, which I have not used. So let's take a look at our dual blade inventory. Thunder's Call. Not something I use. Brandish the weapon in a youth manner as you strike the enemy. Use with Skyborn Mighted Lightning. This is your default one. Twin Bandits I definitely used. Firearm Blades. Perfect aim. Okay, this I did not use. Is this sort of a gun? A powerful shot. Okay, you know what? Let's go with this. And I'm gonna supplement this with spears, right? Because the spear is usually... long sword and spear are like balanced variants in this game. Is there a spear that I have not used too much and that goes well with this one? The gunpowder spear, right? Because that is a shock weapon as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna get the... there is a pendant which increases your bullet damage. Never tested it. And since we have... Okay, there it is. Increases the power of your bullets. This would be the ideal time to use it, I guess. Stamina recovery. Do I want stamina recovery? Do I have anything that increases my burn damage? I wonder if I missed a pendant with burn, because here's a lightning one, right? Oh, the Tigralis. Okay, you know what? We're gonna use the double-edged one. Increases damage dealt, but also increases the damage you take. A good set of skills here, but this area has a lot of enemies which are weak to fire, so we're gonna equip some fire spells to balance it all out. Though I don't see myself using any of these too much. Oh, okay, that is sound of me getting a message, which is a bit rare at this time of day. Let's see. You can hear the little ting of my messaging services in the background. But yeah, now that we have got our stuff equipped, thank you. Gotta equip the benediction stones here. Do I have anything which gives more damage to bullets? Backstab, frostbite, burn. I feel like the shots might inflict burn, so for this weapon at least, we are gonna go a burn route. Yeah, well, let's go with. I'm gonna keep the set as is. Not really finding any combination that increases bullet damage at the moment. And respec everything out from everything, more or less. You gotta have clash on these weapons. The Dual Blade is great if you like playing both defense and offense at the same time. Blade Master, not something I'm going to use this time. Blade Master is like really, really good. The way Blade Master works is that if you use it and then clash against the enemy, you get health back, right? But there are a couple of skills on this weapon that I have not used at all. Whirling Flurry for one. Yeah, and I'm already really high on Madness, so we can test it. Or we can use Shadow Lunge, which seems to be good for a poise build. So instead of Shadow Lunge, I will go for Whirling Flurry, which I've never used. We're gonna get the rest of the points over here. Okay, now let's move on to the Sphere Tree. Gotta get those weapon upgrades. This is a spell that I have not used either, so we're gonna move over there. But one thing you want with the sphere is to make sure you get the base nodes. Also a very good one over here. The deflect on this. Now we are gonna get as many damage nodes as possible. Yeah, that's setup run. In hindsight, I should have done this before we started stream, but hey, for the future. And we have like 2 NPCs at Doomwillow Beach. Yeah, I miss these 2 NPCs as well. Because again, instead of heading to Doomwillow Beach by following the path that was intended, I went instead to the Avian Marsh, which broke a lot of NPC quests. This little area is at a dead end, but I'm gonna go here just so that we can talk a bit of lore over here and get rid of these enemies. Yeah, Chen Yu, accidentally poisoned, died of sickness. Hairless Liu Yo-san handled his funeral. Jiang Chen, torn apart by a feathered beast, died untreated. Qin abandoned him. Liu Yo-san buried him. There'll be one more enemy here somewhere. There we go. What are my stats looking like? Agility and strength. I didn't even check the stats that I need for this one. This is for strength. Okay, so we want more agility here. Ironically, I have more strength. I might respec some of those nodes then. get some stamina stuff. Li Chang, Chang De, and others vanished hunting monsters. Only their clothes were left to bury. Lu Yo-san performed their rites. The big takeaway from this area is that somebody called Lu Yo-san was burying all these people. And Lu Yo-san, as we'll discover later, is actually the father of Li Honglu, the monster that we defeated earlier in the Taoist temple. Wei, Chen Yu, Zhang Chen, Li Chang, and Chang Da have come to purge this evil. Should we fall, we beg those who follow, slay the feathered fiend and return peace to our town. Was this here before? I'm not entirely sure. But these guys are the ones that are buried over there, more or less, right? Yeah, one more, a little more fiddling with the skill tree. Let's see if we can get rid of any unnecessary strength nodes. No, more or less, this whole area is... I kind of need it for upward force. Okay, you know what? A new strategy. We are gonna get rid of all the strength nodes over here. We're gonna go down the agility tree, pick up the magic, and use spear flurry instead, which is also a skill I have not used too much. Spear flurry seems to be based on clash, which is something we're gonna be doing a lot with the dual sword itself. So might as well use it now. Do I have an agility point? You know what, let's move over to here, yeah. Now, how much agility do I have instead? 47 and 43. Okay, a good balance. Not too high. I would have preferred more agility over strength, but hey. Maybe sword wasn't the way to go then. Let's go up, because I believe up is a shortcut. Not this way. This is a completely different thing, but hey, yeah. The whole area is... Oh, yeah. Not a shortcut, but this NPC is there.
Still yourself, I see. Then I bestow this upon you. The feathered monstrosities grow empowered, enraged upon consuming it. They crave it endlessly. I shall send you to the next life, should the power overwhelm you.
Yeah, that dialogue is a bit ominous for this character. Insofar as I can tell, this character is like completely more morally good, right, compared to a lot of the other enemies in this area. I mean, NPCs in this.
I shall send you to the next.
And he's just sort of warning you that, hey, if you cross the line, he's gonna kill you. But ironically, or rather, interestingly enough, he will actually ask you to do the same for him. Like, if he gets caught up in anything, he'll be like, okay, kill me. Did the dual swords always stagger that easily? I don't remember the dual sword ever staggering a normal enemy. Oh my, is this something related to the patch? Because after the patch, there were a lot of people who were really happy that it's gotten easier. And there were a lot of people who were really angry that it's gotten easier. Because I don't remember. I might be misremembering. It could be that dual blades, this dual blade, always staggered. And if you're looking at this area, apparently there was a monster infestation over here. This is likely where the feathering began, and you can off in the distance see something very ominous happening, which we will get to in a moment. And because of the feathering happening here, a bunch of people came here and torched the place, as you can very much see. A sage told us the man using these fear fire, so we rallied the villagers to hunt them. If we fail, we will burn the whole forest down. Let the flames purge this cursed land. Yep, that's giving you context as to what is happening here. If you hadn't already figured it out from before. I really don't remember these guys staggering this much. I might test it out with a one-handed sword. If they stagger with a one-handed sword, then they've definitely adjusted it so that enemies now stagger a lot more easily. Because the main mechanic of the twin blades is that... Oh, there's one of those guys crying over there. The main mechanic of the twin blades is that if you attack the enemy at the same time they attack you, you will deflect their attack. Here lies Liu Yosan's beloved wife. Liu Yosan is the father of the monster we met before, as I said before. As I mentioned before. Now here we have a little shortcut. This is the whole reason I actually came up here first. Right. And if you go over up here, you sort of find the cave where Liu Yosan was hiding Lu Honglu. At least these guys don't stagger as much. Yeah, if you remember the dialogue from the old lady, she will mention that Liu Yosan fed his daughter dead bodies, and well, I'm not entirely sure that's the case. She definitely sort of lived in this cave, because there are like claw marks all over the place, and feathers, further confirming every cow. Doing too much damage against this thing. Like my basic attacks are doing much more damage than the shots. Feathers shed in a grotesque transformation. So yeah, more or less confirming that hey, Lu Honglu is here, and this is where she sort of became the beast that she was. And if you read the little diary over here, 7th moon, day 1, mother and child lost to childbirth. We get context as to why Lu Honglu was brought back to life. The wife, Liu Yosan's wife, and his daughter died during childbirth. And day 3, a sage gifted an elixir recipe. By nightfall, human flesh became the key. So, this sage, I'm still not entirely sure whether it's the Taoist, that we met at Reverend Temple, Xuanyangzi, or it could be the Bomagus, either of them. I have a feeling that if it's an elixir itself, it's the Taoist, Xuanyangzi. And this is basically letting us know that, hey, yeah, she's growing to become this monster. And at that point, they tried to flee, but in the end, the mob comes in, rushes in, kills the father, and then Liu Honglu basically rages and follows the crowd back to the Taoist temple. I mean, back to the initial area we fought her at, where she sort of becomes trapped. One of the more fun things about this game is sort of figuring out all those little changes. No, not changes. All those little stories of the characters around. I really have a lot of fun piecing together stuff. It's one of the best things, or one of the most fun things that I find whenever a new Souls-like comes out, right? Just piecing together the story. What little clues you can find. And if you're wondering why I've changed to the spear, That is because I know there is an inner demon spawn down there. And normally I face inner demons with the longsword because it gives you a huge advantage. No, this time we're gonna do it with the spear and the dual blades. So voice break, not burn. There's nothing left for you here. Interestingly enough, the demon somehow, the demon priest somehow managed to get her attention first. Right? And she will take care of them for you here. Oh, she has a cannon. I don't think I have that weapon. Yeah, your healing animation is definitely faster. But your spear flurry animation is not. Oh, what a combo. You could just... When I died. I did. Because I kept forgetting that she has the cannon. That is not a weapon that I've found. It should be somewhere in the game. Surprisingly, the spear can stagger her too, which is a different thing now. But yes, that's the reason why we came up here in the first place. Because now I have like the shortcut back down there, like real quick. Oh, they've increased the speed of the lifts too. It didn't used to come back this fast. It's going down slow, but it's returning a lot more quickly. Little quality of life stuff. We can now see Wu Chang without her feathering. Really like this outfit. Gives her a very roguish look, right? And don't worry, we can challenge that demon again. She's a big spawn here that'll grant you an upgrade. Overall, not too difficult at this point because we are sort of overpowered as well. As long as you play aggressively, right? And that is, I think, a huge motto for a lot of players who are using dual blades. If you're using dual blades, be aggressive. A weird enemy here somewhere, patrolling. Wait, she's not here. I remember there being like a lantern enemy somewhere here that will bring back the dead to life. What happened to her? I can still get caught very easily.
Form of evil.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Because you see these corpses in the blood, right? Not this guy. The corpses which are not moving. They're like animal corpses, and they'll come to life when that lantern lady rings her bell. sort of wondering if they removed it to make it easier for players. Because there was another lantern lady here too, along with these guys. Among all the traps in the game, this is the only trap that I have trouble seeing. Oh, you can hear the lantern. They blend in so well. Where are you? Oh, you're not blending in, but still. Okay, yeah, there you go. That's the lantern. Sort of bringing those. Okay, that bullet one does a pretty good job with the bullet charm. Oh, you like it because it's blue? I'd prefer something green. You know, I never checked the stats on this. Okay, actually. Pretty balanced, except for despair. Which sort of makes sense, right? Any set that seems to belong to Wuchang originally seems to be like very, very balanced. And even her starting gear is like really good. And if you go back over here, we come back to the shrine. But yeah, this is an alternate path back to where you came from. I'm just making sure we don't miss any items. The way we have to proceed is down a little narrow path to the blood pool. I'm still kind of confused as to where the lantern lady in this area is. This, I think, holds a bamboos link. Might as well pick it up. And a lot of traps here, like that over there. I just want corruption equipment. I knew he was there, but I dashed. Yeah, even the spear is making these guys stagger. They have definitely made the game a lot easier. I'm not sure whether I like it or hate it. One more trap around here. Let's check the other path first. This is the way we have to go. The little narrow ledge will lead to a dead end, I think, where you can drop off where Zhao Yun was. Yeah, because I think that up there is a shortcut that we can take. This is a trap. Somehow that tree missed me. It's missing that enemy though. I don't think it's programmed to hit it. funny part about these trees is they can only attack where their branches are, right? So if you are on the side, they cannot hit you. Instead, they'll do a move that sort of spits out poison. Purple Chameleon. There should be a bit of a difficult enemy around this area, if I remember correctly. This is also a trap. If you try to backstab that guy, this tree will come alive and give you a hard time. I knew it, and I still went for it. The other I didn't want to kill the tree because it sort of serves as a barrier. Or not? Yeah, the poison is actually going through them, so I'm not sure if it's useful. Let's take out her gun. Yeah, the spear is staggering though. They have definitely made the enemies a lot easier to flinch. Okay, now where's the lantern lady? She's over there hiding. And if I get close, she'll bring this horse thing up. A bit of more of a challenge than the other animals she brings up. So what it's gonna go up regardless. Oh, I can't. I was trying to go around. Trust me, this enemy is difficult. I just made it look easy. And this whole area is sort of filled with these little guys and a lot of trees that like to spit poison. I wonder if there's another way to increase the damage of that bullet, because it feels like a good move, right? It's a bit of a dodge when you have the stacks for it. But it doesn't do too much damage, and I'm wondering if bullet damage is affected by spell damage. Oh, excuse me? What was that starter? The game just froze for a second. Unlock. Huh. You used R1 to knock it down? I thought you could just interact with it to knock it down. And if you come over here, you'll find the Vomagus being very suspicious and sort of fueling everything that's happening around here. You'll also get one of her spells.
Your arm. That energy seems even stronger now. The might of the primordial deity. No mere mortal should wield such force. You ought to be trembling, worm, to be given this divine gift. Let's see, shall we? Will this immense power consume you, or will you conquer it? We'll find out soon enough.
She gives the backstab. She gives the backstab benediction. So if you weren't sure about her very direct dialogue, letting you know that she thinks you are pretty much a worm, and that she's likely something more than human, the backstab benediction more or less indicating that, hey, this NPC is not a good person. But that should have been obvious the moment you came across this little tree and her feeding it with corpses. Down is... okay, that is where Zhao Yun should be. Or was. I think we already found him. And this is where... yeah, I think this is where the shrine shortcut is. But the way we need to go is over here. Interestingly enough, I remember there being like a very difficult enemy in this area, and I'm wondering why I haven't found him. Yeah, the fact that you can stagger those enemies makes the game considerably easier. Considerably. A huge part of the identity of the game originally was that you couldn't stagger all the enemies with certain weapons. So you had to use the weapons' distinctive defenses against them. But that's not the case anymore. Go up here and this way to unlock the path to the shrine. Because if you knock this down, this is more or less the starting shrine. Oh yeah, there you are. I was wondering where you were. It's the samurai guy. You does a lot of damage even now. Welcome back. Didn't miss much. This enemy is the one who gives us the triple fireballs, a very, very useful spell to have in this area. A lot of the enemies, in case you didn't realize, being that they are made of wood, are actually weak to fire. Who would have thought, right? And ideally, you should have had fire when you're going in here, but I did not bring any fire. Did bring gun though. Now does gun beat fire? I do not know. And all this for, I do believe, essentially an item. There's more fire. I do like this little move, especially the little drum you get, right? These guys can knock me out of it when I don't have any stacks. very ostentatious move. Oh yeah, this is where there was a bamboozling. Come on. Where are you? Wait, no, there isn't a bamboozling? I could have sworn there was a bamboo shoot here somewhere. And that's back to the tree. Yep. I guess the only thing left in this area is that we have to face the boss. A relatively small area, all things considered. And this boss is quite easy if you know what to do. And we're sort of gonna exploit that to our advantage. I'm gonna run back to the shrine like real quick. They're gonna change the tempering from poised to burn. That's about it. I'm not gonna enter the dream, not gonna reset. I don't think we need to. But I will also equip lots and lots of fire pots. And we're gonna change the power of this into the Trovo one. And you're gonna see why in a second. Because this, like I said, if it isn't obvious already, since a lot of the enemies are made from wood, you can sort of figure out that, hey, these guys are weak against fire. So if you didn't have spells, which is an option here, you could go one-handed sword and just throw fireballs at him if you are so inclined. But if you didn't have spells, you could just throw consumables, and that's what we're gonna do. We have spells, we're still gonna do it. This boss, I feel like this among the tier list for the bosses. If I made a tier list for the bosses, right, this one would be the lowest. The Cursed Great Wood from Dark Souls 3, only a lot easier. There's nothing wrong with actually going close to the boss, because all it does is sort of place you like near inside the poison spot, and if you have a good corruption resistance, you can pretty much just negate that entirely. That's what I wanted to do there. But yeah, easiest boss in the game by a country mile. V8 cylinder. Not only do you get, like, when the boss throws its magical projectiles at you, you can get magic points, allowing you to use fireballs against him. With the little enemies about, you could also use the kill, region on kill pendant to regain health back. The easiest enemy in the game. Easiest boss enemy in the game. I'm realizing that Wu-Chang's covered in blood. Let's get some more agility in here. Should be in the other tree. Might as well reset. Not that we need to. Okay, let me take a look at our key items, alright? What we got. A jade cylinder upon which the old tree is carved. The soul wood borne atop a mountain of corpses appears to be a human creation. The creator of this implement appears to have used magic to continually infuse it with red mercury. And this is more or less providing you the answer of what the Bowmagus was doing, right? You came across her messing with the tree, but you weren't sure what was happening to it. So she was basically making it into a monster by feeding it corpses. And red mercury. But now, the exact reason for that, I'm not entirely sure. Like, did she just want to infect the entire place with feathering? Because that seems to have worked out really well for her. With this, we've more or less reached Cloudspire. The snow area. Well, almost reached it. We have to go through hill spots first. Wait, I'm not going to Cloudspire yet. I'm going to the townhouse. Could be an enemy here that loves to throw firebombs at us. Sliding over. Okay, yeah, they definitely feel like they're staggering a lot less. I mean, a lot more. you.
Judgment falls! Ming!
Interesting. I thought I could clash against his weapon, but I could not do it. Why not have the clash skill? I think I do. But maybe it's... because the clash skill for this weapon happens on the 4th, 5th, and 6th hits, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. It's generally safer to work with the dash because of that. Because the dash is the last 3 hits in the combo. Misjudged the distance there. Get rid of the shooter here, and then we'll be facing a shielded soldier of sorts. He just came in the moment I attacked the dog. At least these guys don't seem to stagger. Not that it makes much of a difference with how overpowered we are. And you come on into this beautiful area, a gorgeous scenery, right? For all its faults, the game does look like really good when it's functioning properly. In the second year of Chongzhen's reign, immortal Wan Shu pursued the arcane arts through a vision he received in a dream. By the third year, the Ming Emperor had deepened his quest for immortality, drawing dark forces to the region. Monks were summoned to subdue these malevolent spirits, employing a sacred spirit turtle in a ritual, a monument erected for future generations. Incense murder. That, I do believe, is an item we can give to Wukong to get more items. The Tang Emperor often summoned monks and Taoists to his palace to help him avoid disasters and prolong his life. The Tang Emperor believed ambergris was the key to contacting the gods, and if mixed with red mercury incense from Shu, one would succeed in comprehending the path to immortality. A bit of a little suspicious moment here too, right? The doctor is over here, but then you see all these soldiers in the lake and you're wondering what happened to these guys. Guan Yongzi.
There lurks a demonic treant at Doomwillow Beach. It seems even plants and trees are not spared from the feathering. The road to a cure is long and fraught with trials. The Tang Emperor's palace. It was once a sanctuary of immortality and enlightenment. Now it lies in ruin. But according to the townsfolk, this is where the first cases of the feathering emerged. Most curious. The rebels left long ago, Yet the soldiers still guard this place. Surely there's more than meets the eye. Perhaps it is connected to the feathering. They protected my practice. A direct confrontation would be ill-advised. Would you be kind enough to investigate on my behalf? The people and I would be most grateful. Would you be kind enough?
Yeah, just send us to the danger. Oh, you're looking here. Mighty suspicious with dead soldiers around. One of the other places which looks really, really nice. The Tang Emperor's Palace. That guy over there. And that person by the campfire is to lure you into fighting him.
A full struggle.
Oh wow, okay, he recovers a lot more quickly too. Do I have equipped? Oh right, this is the reason. When we're exploring, we want the one that gives us health on killing enemies, and that saves up a lot of your healing ways much later. All isn't exactly what the time even though these are guards, main guards, the whole place is sort of wrecked. Oh, okay, you have a long combo. It's a 4-hit combo. Just and you lose track if I dodge too much. And more? Backstab. Oh, I didn't get the backstab. Not too difficult an enemy, I'm just curious. I never learned the moveset of those enemies. His main one, if you have distance, seems to be the 4-hit combo over there. What's gonna throw people off is that in between each of his combos there's like a bit of a delay. So if you dodge immediately, you're gonna miss. The Tang Emperor was deeply fascinated by exotic treasures. Okay, I remember this one. This is a hint that in order to actually proceed in this level, you need to find a Buddha statue. A golden Buddha statue and place it somewhere. It's more or less the game's hint of letting you know, hey, yeah, you need to find this item. Could be a jar enemy here too, somewhere. I think it's that pot over there. Let's take a quick look on the other side before we head there. From a distance. Can't even listen to the dialogue. The game letting you know that the NPCs are searching for something, but we don't quite know exactly at the moment. There's evidence that this place was attacked by rebels, right? Because you see some bandit corpses lying about. The remaining forces, insofar as I can tell, are actually Hong Lon's forces here searching for Chisholm. But they don't know where it is because it's under the lake. And it's you who sort of opening the path for them. Another enemy around here. Back to the wall. Another enemy I didn't learn the pattern of. Let's see what you do. That one came out a bit quicker. You have a backswipe, and you hide behind your shield to attack too. You are most vulnerable when you put the shield on your back and charge me. Backstab you for an easy kill. This, I believe, is a shortcut back to the Shoe Sanctum of all places. A little Dark Souls 1 level design for you guys. And you know what? I think I will actually take the game up on that offer. We're gonna run back to the Shoe Sanctum, recover our 2 pots, and then come back. Assuming I don't lose my way, that is. Surprisingly, this area is lit up in dusk too. I feel like I remember that when you came back to this area from the Tang Palace, it automatically transitioned back to daytime, which felt kind of odd at the time for me. Game stuttering as it loads another area. There's an item over here I can't pick up. Okay, I have to go to the other side to get. let's rest here and check to see if we have any NPC quests. We do at the Shuk Sanctum. One? Huh, interesting. I mean, it's right here, so... But I'm kind of curious as to why we have a quest for Wong Du. Because I was under the impression I already gave him everything we can give.
This place is poorer than a beggar's sack. I better find richer pastures and pull off another big heist. You just wait, girl. One day, even you will bow before me. Come back soon.
Okay, I guess it was just to
You made it.
sort of
Got some new
get
stuff
that
for
dialogue
ya.
and make him move. He might not move unless you get that specific dialogue from him.
Come back soon.
Well, only 1 point from that. Unfortunate. I kind of want to check something that I think I forgot when I came here first. There's a little area where there are like 3 thieves gathering together. They'll try and stop you. And these NPCs are no longer interacting with you. Compass sort of indicating they're not there. Oh wait, you can still talk to this guy.
The world. And that officer's fallen ill.
But he's saying more or less the same dialogue. Yeah, because again, I remember there being a little path around the Shuk Sanctum that led to a bunch of thieves with a unique item. And this little area sort of letting you know that, hey, there's a cannoneer nearby. This is not the way. I'm gonna take a quick look around here before we proceed, because I know those thieves are around here somewhere. Or at least I feel like they were. Down this path? Yeah, I think it was down this path. Like they'll ambush you. And each of them will have like a unique status effect affliction. Like one will be trying to poison you, the other will be trying to burn you. Blight like really affecting us. A bit of a unique enemy type. I mean, not a unique enemy type, but a unique enemy. Getting stuck in the little alcove is not a fun thing to happen. Guess we got another level up from it. Yeah, this is where we found the firearm blades. It is incredibly impressive how much you can miss if you're not careful.
Judgment fall! Father Ming!
I do believe that is all for that little area and what we can find there. So we're gonna run back. Do I want to go back to the shoe sanctum first? You know what, let's go. Okay, it's right next to us here. Deposit the souls, get us ourselves one more agility point, and then go back to the Tank Palace. Yeah, and we did not have any other NPCs we can interact with. Let's get rid of this, since we're not using the poison needle, but the burn needle at the moment. I might need... You know what? What is Honglan weak against? If you look at Honglan... Oh, I don't even have a hairpin equipped. When did that happen? Honglan stuff. Honglan is pretty resistant to almost everything. Wait, was that the case always? I think the weakest thing she is with paralysis, right? But she seems to have really low tenacity, which means you could interrupt her attacks quite a bit, or they intended for you to do so, but that was not the case. You had to use a heavy weapon to interrupt her. She's weak against slash and stab, making long swords and dual swords the better choice for her. But yeah, for Honglan we had to go a lightning build, definitely. It's not that she's weak against it per se, but it is her lowest. You know what, it might not be even lightning, it might be poise. But no, it's not. Never mind, it's not poise. Because poise is pretty high. It is lightning. Yeah, back to the Tank Palace. this route was more or less a shortcut to the Shoe Sanctum and giving you another shrine that you can respawn from if you died.
How can this...
Oh, interesting. I thought Slayer Flurry had not you. Yeah, it did have Clash. Except I guess the Clash is on the swing itself and not necessarily at the start. Things you have to learn to time. Eagle Pendant +1. Did I pick this up before? Why do I feel like I've never seen that pendant? I did not pick up this one. Did I just walk past? Honglan already is like really challenging by herself. Like, unlike the other boss fights who managed to just melt by knowing her weaknesses, Honglan is gonna be a little more challenging to no-hit. So I will be trying to no-hit her with the best stats against her. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised I missed this one. Which means that I actually defeated these guys and just didn't see the chest. Either that or I went the other way and then never looked back. Because this is a dead end. The more you know. One dagger. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I'm just checking whether running down the bridges triggers something. Yeah, I think I understand why I missed that one. I saw that area, I assumed that was where you had to go. But in truth, the way you have to go is the left of here and then up onto the ramparts, where you will face a bit of a difficult enemy. Last time, my inner demon was the one who took care of it. This time, we're gonna have to learn the moveset by ourselves. Means it's time to change up our defenses a bit. Can I increase? Yeah, the Note General one is the one with the highest slash damage, so I'll have to use that set for a bit. Not a set I like visually, though. It's usually the arm piece, right? Just looking at it makes me feel heavy. Yeah, if you cross over here, you will meet what I assume is a tank general guard.
Let's just act busy. Keep your head down. How can this...
And an enemy. Not sure who they were referring to. They might be referring to Honglan there. Might referring to as the Mad Woman. And yeah, this is where we'll meet a bit of a challenging enemy, and one which I have not learned the moveset for. There's like a huge delay in his attacks.
Down
Yeah.
off it.
He rushes at you and then waits a bit before attacking. And he follows up with a kick. All things I did not learn during my initial fight over here, so just taking a moment to analyze their moveset. That we need to be honest. Okay, these doors. Before we deal with the door, I'm gonna activate the shortcut over here. Not too worried about facing that unique enemy up there, but if you were worried, you could just activate the shortcut to sort of avoid them. And this is what I mean by the game is like really friendly to players, right? If you were having a tough time with that enemy, and if you made it past that enemy at least once, you now have an option to circumvent him. Okay, this door. These doors, the red ones, give you sort of riddles, and you can answer them in two ways. I didn't realize it at the time on my first playthrough, but somehow I managed to get the quote-unquote good answers for them. And if you got the good answers, the door opens and you can find whatever item is inside. If you get the wrong answers, you are apparently teleported somewhere, so I'm gonna get the wrong one, if I remember it. In Shu's tranquil retreat, divine shards we behold. Can we seize the thread of fate or the eternal flow of life? The winged ascension. Yeah, the winged ascension is the correct answer, because feathering seems to corrupt people. So we're gonna choose this one, the wrong one, to see where we take it to.
To shed this mortal coil and reach immortality. Alas, transcendence remains distant.
Interesting. Because if you chose the right answer there, you would not get that little dialogue snippet. And I don't believe you could even access this area. Lotus Pond. There's a red enemy over here. Oh, who are you? I don't think I've even faced you before. There's a random bandit with a halberd. He seems to be a unique enemy. I don't think I've ever faced that type. Oh, the boatman. Ah, I remember this place. This place, we can come back to here during the end of the game, or the last few chapters when the whole place is up in flames. And this is the grave where Mikh'a was.
Year after year, I dig these graves. For heaven, for earth, for mankind. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The wheel turns, always waiting for rebirth. Can't you see? I'm preparing graves for those soon to meet their end. There's no need to panic. This grave is not for you. Not yet. Curious about your fate? Hmm? Seek the sealed doors. Cross that final threshold, and I will show you where you truly belong.
Interesting. This is one character that I haven't quite figured out. Like, I have no idea who this character is. Initially, I thought this might be just Doomwillow in another form, right? But Doomwillow doesn't have feathering, and you can see that this guy has like very advanced feathering. It's the same state we are when we have like 5 magic feathers. Like if I use a plume, you know, I guess we need to sort of change the equipment too, so that everyone can see. Like right now, our feathering is at a low state, our skybound power is at a lower state. But if we use something like a magic plume, yeah, you have like the same glow that this guy over here has. So he's not a good person per se, so something's up mine. I have no idea. But one NPC whose mystery we haven't unraveled yet, he might be related to an evil ending because he's oddly enough very suspicious with the little cackling.
Cross that final threshold, and I will show you where you truly belong.
It is interesting that you seem to meet him when you choose the wrong answers, or rather, the answers which suck you into the gate, rather than opening them up. Worth it for one-time dialogue, I guess, and an upgrade material, but nothing too beneficial otherwise. I think the item you get behind the door itself might be worth more than this, but this explains this little door, because on my previous playthrough I was not able to open it. Yeah. Which puts you way, way ahead of where you were meant to be. And if you go above this hill, you will meet your demoness, your inner demon. Someone I didn't discover again before I found the key item in this area. So I'm wondering if she has like different dialogue right now.
So it's lurking down there now, is it? Love's a strange beast, huh? Who can really understand a person's heart? Looks like you've hit rock bottom, friend. Love's a strange beast, huh?
Okay, so the dialogue for her does not seem to be changing here, but in case you weren't aware, like if you slowly pan the camera inside, this does seem to be Wu Chang. just very, very corrupted. The flower growing out of her eye. Or is it Wu Chang? I'm actually not sure now. Now this distance kind of hard to tell. I think it is almost same hairstyle. Just she's sort of become one of the bow people, because the bow seem to have like these blue feathers all over them. Even her eye color has changed. Well, ours is red. And you can sort of see the little whirlpools at the bottom of her feet. One guess I have is that the way the game functions is that you're sort of stuck in a cycle, a repeating cycle, and this might be a Wu-Chang from another cycle, just here to try and change fate, more or less. Here a bamboozling, but we're going the wrong way. I'll have to reset. What the wrong team. For the dream. Should be a trap here too. I think these guys just jump out of the wall or something when you pick up the item. Or they were just lying down there. Because the key item you need for this area is around here somewhere. Yep, here it is. With that statue. The Tang Emperor protected many a valuable object behind mechanisms. Place the Buddha statue within the pavilion at the hill, and it shall show you the way. More or less just telling you that, hey, yeah, you need to put this where your inner demon is. And it will unlock the boss fight for you. We are going to do that, but I'm not going to head down to Baidonglan just yet. There's an optional boss fight in the courtyard of the cave itself, and a few goodies we can take by going to the left. Voila. The second chisel you'll find in the game, stuck in what seems like the head of a statue. Gorgeous shot though. I don't think I was able to get the screenshot, but still.
Loves a strange beast, huh?
I wonder if that dialogue makes much more sense in Chinese. I kind of feel like it would. One more main guard over here to deal with.
Forth to the flame!
fast. And with that, I do believe our entire exploration of the castle is done. Surprisingly, when you know the area, it almost feels like the areas are a little too small. And if you head inside the pavilion here, you'll be locked in with one of the Tang Palace Emperor's maids, who will try to kill you.
Let me show you how it's really done.
And it's a bit more difficult than the other one.
Oh, don't be so easy now.
Bit of a weird grab attack too.
Take this.
And if you're wondering why I'm dodging, I'm just learning the patterns here.
Oh, don't be so easy now.
And that's her grab attack. I think that's the only grab attack without the special sound effect in the game.
Take
Oh, you have a ranged option too. Of giving you the key. Another boss that we should learn the patterns of. I don't think her pattern is too difficult actually. It's a bit on the interesting side, right? As far as I can tell, she has like three chains. One where she does the little circular attack, and it seems like from there it can branch off to where she plays the guitar, rears back her head and goes for a stab, or she can chain that vertical slash over and over, and if you're too far, she'll either try to grab you or use the fireball spell against you. She warned me not to drink from the lotus pond, but the thirst is unbearable. I can't think of anything else. She's gone now. I tried to force her to drink before death claimed her, but she found the strength to resist. Fine then, don't drink. I'm so thirsty. Surely a single sip won't hurt. Sort of telling you what's happened over here. I'm guessing here, but there seems to have been an important concubine in this palace, and that concubine herself managed to resist drinking the water from the lake. Because the chisel was in the lake, it seems to have contaminated the lake, and whoever drank the water from the lake was turned into feathering, was turned into beasts, not feathering. Nope, not what I intended to do. There we go. Yeah, a very, very generous healing. And if you look over here, we can come back to the door which teleported you, but you can only try the red doors once you answer it correctly or incorrectly. In this case, you can't try it again. And if you go down, we'll come to what is considered the difficulty challenge of this, the first section of the game, Honglan. And also one of my most favorite fights. This was the point where I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna like the game. And Honglan will definitely take me a few tries to know it.
That is sacred, not for your hands.
Funnily enough, Wu Chang seems to have changed to the longsword cutscene. Like I said, she will kill like real flat. The fight is so good, right? Just the starting music, and then when you get to phase 2, the change in music. Surprisingly, Clash seems to work like really well against her. I did not use dual blades last time, but it does seem to be working out really well. In addition to that, I'm gonna pick up the lightning needle, since we have 3 points here anyway. Always lightning. Yes, there we go. So 2 points. I don't even know where I got those from. It might. Okay, never mind. I do know where I got those from. It was from the unique enemies we fought. Gonna change the benediction of these to give us more lightning damage too. If I have any for the first one. Doesn't seem like I do. I guess we'll go with this, because you do want to get backstabs on Honglan. Any enemy, any human enemy, you generally want to go behind them. Burn. Lightning damage. Combo lightning. We can probably do a lot more damage if I completely spec into agility, because I don't intend to use the spear unless I have to, because if I switch to the spear, it's going to start shooting Honglan, which is not ideal. Instead of the gunpowder spear, we might want to just use steam-powered spear. Because the steam chain is like a really broken skill in the game. But no, I'm not going to use that because it is, again, very broken. Stab is also not good against Honglan, though. It is stab and... No, it's blood that's not good against her, not stab, so never mind. Like, learning this fight with dual blades is going to be really satisfying, right? Because again, the way dual blades work is that some of these attacks in your chain will deflect an enemy's attack. But Honglan is kind of challenging because not only does he have martial attacks, he has blade attacks too. And if it isn't obvious to you now, if you're in the wrong set of armor, she's just gonna tear right through you. 2 attacks, and my entire health bar was depleted. actually have a really good... Well, you do have modest slash mitigation, right? Yeah, compared to Wu Chang's base armor, you do have modest slash mids. Except for on the pants, I guess the pants are... The Ming greaves are gonna be better regardless. Yeah, the Ming stuff is more or less the best for Slash at this point in the game, unless you count the no General's armor. Let's just go in with this, see how we fare damage-wise. And I'm gonna glamour myself as Hong Lan. Just for the fun of it, right? See how it looks in the cutscene and all. If I can find her stuff. Oh wait, I want to see the cutscene this time. It's Hong Lan versus Hong Lan. In a sense.
That is sacred, not for your hands.
What a great intro to a character, right? What's the difference when you have Slash? But yeah, I love this fight. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of time for tonight, so I'm gonna call it here. I will attempt to properly learn Hong Lan tomorrow, because this is a fight that I really, really want to perfect. Might be a lot easier than we think too, considering the crazy amount of damage we're doing. Even though the paralysis build up on her is slow, lightning itself just seems to be doing like a great amount of damage on her. Good night, King. I'll do one more attempt and then call it. But again, I really, really love this fight. Okay, that's gonna be it for tonight. Let's have Wu Chang give you all a greeting, and we'll call it. And that's the sound of my madness reaching its maximum. We'll do it together with our clone. Like that, everyone, and take care.